You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
Welcome to From Beneath the Hollywood Sign. If you love old movies, Hollywood history, or the golden age of filmmaking, you've come to the right place. This is the podcast that talks about amazing stories of Tinseltown from another era and fascinating conversations with writer-producer Steve Cubine and actress-writer Nan McNamara.
So, Steve, did Ava Gardner and Howard Hughes have a good relationship?
Well, they did until he dislocated her jaw.
What?
Well, don't worry. She hit him back with an ashtray.
From Beneath the Hollywood Sign is the gin joint for you.
Hey everyone, Neil here. Just a reminder, there is a video version of this episode that you can check out on our Facebook group, The Crop, or on our YouTube channel. Enjoy.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neil, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello and welcome to Triviality. My name is Neil, and joining me in the studio as always are my beautiful co-hosts, Jeff, Matt, and Ken. How's it going, guys?
Doing good.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Good. And Jeff shaved especially for today because we're experimenting with video. We're in 4:3 mono, 480p video.
Yep. Not
if
HD.
If there's any confusion, I'm Ken. I'm wearing the loudest shirt I can to distract from my face.
Yeah.
This is Matt, despite popular belief that he might be an AI, but here he is in the flesh.
Yeah. I wore a beanie to match my avatar, which is very important.
There you go. I specifically did not wear my flat-brimmed hat because I don't know why that's my trademark.
He
Right.
shaved a fresh shaved head though. So
How you doing with that exclusive Triviality shirt, Jeff?
I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah, we're working
Finally
on
on video.
I'm the only one with this shirt, so
You are. So if you want that shirt, you just have to kill Jeff.
I can also be ransomed.
That's true. You also can. So today's very, very special. Jeff told me that we always say everything is special, but we like providing content. So anyway, today's special because we had one of our listeners and one of our Universal Champion Patreon supporters come to us with an awesome idea, and that is Ryan Kloefkorn Meyers. How's it going, Ryan?
I am doing rather well. How are you?
We're doing great here. And you came to us with an idea, which is what this is going to be for anyone either watching on our Facebook group or listening to audio. It's a special bonus mini-series, almost like a reality television show. So why don't you give us a little bit of background of what this is?
All right. So this was more or less inspired by two different things that I'd watched. The first and foremost, as anyone knows me, is I adore RuPaul's Drag Race. I think it's just a fantastic show, and it's very wholesome and addicting. And also, I was born in 1991. I had therefore not seen a lot of 80s movies, a little bit like right before my time. And when I do watch movies, they're generally a lot older than that. So I've been going through some classics. I've asked my friends to give me a lot of stuff they watched when they were younger. And one that came up repeatedly was Bloodsport by Jean-Claude Van Damme. And I watched
favorite,
that,
right?
and that whole tournament between fighters of different styles also inspired me to create this trivia tournament of people with different styles and tastes. We will have the Kumite, as it's called, and there's even a really knockoff Survivor song in the movie about it. So I organized all this along with the four gents at Triviality, and I'm excited to see where it goes. And I'm also incredibly thankful that you are entertaining me by even doing this in the first place.
Well, of course, most important to us are the listeners and interacting with the listeners, because this is why we do the show. And you reaching out, coming up with the idea was something that we were happy to listen to and also put together, because we want to try as much as we can with this format and stretch it out as far as we can. And speaking of Kumite and the movie Bloodsport, Ken, let's show everyone what the title of our show is today, and that's going to be Triviality Bloodsport. So we have 6 competitors here today, and these are competitors coming far and wide in different fighting styles all over the world, mostly the United States, though, if we're being honest.
So all of our champions are world champions.
Exactly, all of our champions are world champions.
Has any other country ever won a World Series?
Yeah.
Well, the Blue Jays.
Yeah,
will take that back.
Canada.
Nailed it.
So we have a bunch of different people. What we did is we did a drawing within our Patreon group. So the first season here of Triviality Bloodsport is all Patreon members. So thank you very much to all of you first. But we're going to go one by one to introduce them, and I'm going to throw that to Matt.
All right, first up, let's meet Dustin Resch from Aurora, Colorado. It says here that given a choice, he will generally choose a brightly colored, fruit-flavored alcoholic beverage over scotch or beer. How's it going, Dustin?
It's going good. It's a little early in the morning for fruit-flavored beverage. That
still
bodes
hungover.
well.
We get it.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
What is your favorite fruit-flavored alcoholic beverage?
It's the fresh mango daiquiris I had in Costa Rica. Like any place where they grow the fruit and then make the drinks is usually pretty incredible.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
As the only drinker in the group, I will drink basically anything they hand me. But
I can't believe you downed that whole bottle of Malort the other day.
Yeah, and then
You mean this morning, or
the pina
Was
colada
that only
machine
today?
in the corner is actually out of order, which is really sad. But really nice to have you on the show, Dustin, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, next up, we're going to meet Joe Nguyen from New York, New York. It says here that you're a trivia writer for Fleetwit and a trivia host for the NYC Trivia League. How's it going, Joe?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for having me back on.
All right.
Boris?
Good, guys.
Good to have you, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners are familiar with Fleetwit. I hear them advertised on various other podcasts that also deal with trivia. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. It's a trivia app that does a lot of live races, 2 a day, including 2 a day in the weekdays, 1 a day in the weekends. So if you guys are interested in playing trivia tonight, Sunday night, or whenever you're listening to this, there's probably a race going on.
Yeah.
There are a lot of specialty subjects as well. You can gamble, win money. Yeah, playing trivia.
I love trivia and gambling.
Lose money.
So that's
Trying to play trivia.
Yeah, that's why I will not be playing. All right, Joe, good luck, and thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Of course.
All right, next up is Greg Johnson from Aiken, South Carolina. Says here your hidden talent it's considered hidden since you haven't used this talent in a while, but you've been playing the saxophone since 6th grade. So you have something in common with Bill Clinton. How's it going, Greg?
The only
It's going great.
saxophonist in
Thanks for
history.
having me.
Yeah, we're really happy to have you here. So you wanted to you wrote us an email here about a fact that not a lot of people might know, but you are an uber fan of wrestling.
Yes, absolutely. I've been watching since my cousin introduced me to it. It's about 27 years ago now. I've been hooked ever since. I probably do know a little too much, but everybody has to have some kind of hobby.
Well, for the show here today, since you're going to be competing, and hopefully all of you will make it. Well, all of you can't make it to the end, but we just hope you could. But Greg, if you had to choose one WWE manager to be in your corner, who would that be for this whole competition?
I'll be the brain Heaton easily. He is, he doesn't look very assuming, but if I ever need some help, I can just look to him. He will whisper something in my ear, and then I will be inspired to prevail by any means necessary.
All right. Well, good luck today, Greg, and thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Rich Flegal from Honeoye Falls, New York. How's it going, Rich?
Not too bad.
It says here, as an interesting tidbit, you brew your own beer. And you got yelled at by the rapper Ludacris, which I should have brought up first because that's much more interesting.
It's a bit more interesting.
How did that come about?
To make a really long story short, my roommate in college got tickets to a festival that I didn't want to go to because I don't really listen to rap music. But he enticed me to go because he's like, we got backstage passes, and I'd never been backstage before. So we're backstage, and Ludacris is the headliner, so he's the last person to go out. So we're standing there backstage and, just kind of geeking out.
Did you not get out of the way when he told you to move? Is this how this
Well,
happened?
what had happened
Move, Rich.
he
Get
comes
out the
out
way.
and He looks around, and we stick out like a sore thumb in that crowd of people.
I don't believe that.
He made a racist comment towards us, and then the bouncers came over, and it turns out our backstage passes were fake, so they kicked us out.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Well, you're correct. That was an interesting tidbit.
Hey, Neil, really quick. Based on Rich's shirt, if he was a superhero, who would he be?
I can't see the letter there. FE, is that Iron Man?
There you go.
Hey, look, I knew an element.
Neil is learning.
Neil learned an element. Well, thanks for being here, Rich, and good luck today.
Thank you.
All right, next up is Erin Barclay from Richmond, Virginia. It says here that you are a technically ranked strongman athlete. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so technically in that, the way strongman works, it's like most sports with a governing body is if you do a competition, you have to sign up with the governing body, which is the National Association of Strongmen, I think. I did a couple contests a couple years ago. It's really fun. I highly recommend it for anyone. And I podiumed in one of them, which means that if you go to the NAS website and search for my name, it should show up on a list with a number next to it, which is a ranking.
Ooh. Well, that is very intimidating for the rest of our contestants, I'm sure.
And also very technical.
Yeah, we've all seen Erin's biceps, so we do not want to mess with her.
I'm hoping for the feats of strength portion of the afternoon.
Oh, there will be, actually. Just so you guys know, we've sent packages that will arrive at the exact same time, and it will be someone that you have to fight with fisticuffs.
Like crawling out of the box?
Crawling out of the box, yeah. It's like the girl from The Ring is basically going to show up.
All right, Erin, thanks for being here, and good luck today.
Thank you.
All right. Last but certainly not least, we have Jason Heaton from Baltimore, Maryland. It says here that one of your hidden talents is that you can water ski and snowboard pretty well. That's all I got here.
So what's...
I started when I was young. I was one of those kids who started when, you still had the energy to try over and over and over and fall continuously until I figured it out. And now I'm at the point where the rare occasions when I do get the opportunity, I can get right up and cruise around the lake for a little while and then stop, and I'm good.
Yeah.
So
I would hold off on that because I don't have insurance right now. So that sounds like not the best idea.
Might I say, I really like your Masterpiece Theater setup that you got going today. Your nice armchair, mysterious lighting.
I'm at my in-laws' house.
Perfect. Well, thanks for being here, Jason, and good luck today.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you for everyone for joining us. So like we said, these are all Patreon supporters, so thank you to them for supporting the show. Without them, this wouldn't be possible, and it wouldn't have been possible for us to meet Ryan, to have Ryan bring up the Triviality Bloodsport miniseries here. So what we're going to do is throw it over to Ryan, and we're going to let all the competitors know what today's episode theme is. And Ryan, I want you to take it away.
Well, when you guys signed up on the Google form that we sent out to all our Patreon members, we had you guys rank a bunch of categories that you liked, 1 through 7. And since a good trivia champion must be well-rounded, we are going to ask you questions over your most preferred category, your most middle preferred category, and your least preferred category. The categories range from anything from pop and classical music to movies and TV, to science and nature, arts and literature, geography, history, etc. The way it'll work is, as the episode is called Speed Kills.
Hey, jerk! Speed kills! God, can't you take a joke?
You will be given 1 minute to answer as many questions as you can in those various categories. These questions are not meant to trick you. They're very straightforward, very short. It is just response is key. We're going on timing, basically. And that is that.
Well, good.
So one of the men in the studio will time you. And if there's any lag or anything, we can make up with a couple extra seconds of time. That shouldn't really be a problem. But yeah, again, these questions are maybe no longer than like 10, 15 words at most. It's just rapid fire response. That's what we're testing here. Across, again, your most preferred, least preferred, and most middle ground category that you gave us.
Right. As Ryan said, in order to be a well-rounded fighter in the Kumite, you have to be able to be offensive and defensive, many different styles. So our first competitor is going to be Erin. So just to give you guys a little background, I know we have we're Skyping with you, so I'm going to read these fairly quick. What I'm going to do is for every answer, if you're correct, I'm going to say correct, and I'm going to move on. If you're incorrect, I'm going to say incorrect and move on. And then after each 60-second round, we can go back and go over what you missed or if there's any questions. So that way, if you go, wait a minute, that should be right, we don't want you to waste any of your time, so we can get the most correct. So, Erin, if you're ready, it says here that your most preferred is science and nature.
I mean, I don't know that I'm ready, but it is my turn, so yes.
That sounds good. So if we could have all other competitors, if possible, mute your mics, or at least don't interject here, because we're going to have 60 seconds.
I thought they were supposed to play defense, so they shout wrong answers at her.
Yeah, right.
That's how this works.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to read the first question. As soon as I'm done reading the first question, Matt is going to start the 60-second timer. All right, you ready, Matt?
This is so
I will keep track. Who's keeping track of what they got right and wrong and what they missed?
Jeff's keeping track of that. I'm keeping track of time, and Ken is sitting here.
You have a 60 seconds.
I'm live switching, by the way,
Ken's
Matt.
that eye candy I'm paying for.
I am live switching this show.
Yeah, and Ryan, if you could keep note of which ones are incorrect, and we'll go to you to say what the answers were.
Do you know which sound it is?
Yes, ma'am.
Sound? I don't have a sound on.
Right, microphone muted.
Okay.
All right. So Matt is going to start the timer after I complete the first question. Are you ready to go, Erin?
Yep.
All right, here we go. What element has the atomic number 2?
Helium.
Correct. Strike slip and dip slip are both types of what?
I have no idea.
Incorrect. Anatomically, what does the A in ACL stand for?
Anterior?
Correct. Emperor, Adélie, and macaroni are all species of what animal?
Penguin.
Correct. What word can precede body, apparatus, or complex in the name of a cell organelle?
I don't know.
To what country are giant pandas native?
China?
Correct. In math, Euclid's theorem claims there are an infinite amount of what kind of numbers?
Prime?
Correct. Enrico Fermi's Chicago Pile 1 was the world's first nuclear what?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the wrestling paper.
Enrico Fermi's Chicago Pile 1 was the world's first nuclear what?
Submarine?
Incorrect. Who invented a 2x2 diagram to show genetic outcomes in breeding?
Mendel.
Incorrect. What Swiss psychoanalyst founded analytical psychology?
Freud?
Incorrect. What species contain the largest and tallest trees in the world?
Redwood.
Correct.
Time.
Okay. So...
Did we give her like an extra
Yes,
3 or 4 seconds from all the paper wrestling?
Yeah, we added 5 in.
Yes.
For the Bob.
Cool, thanks.
Awesome. So we're just going to tabulate the scores here. So you completed 11 questions in that 60 seconds. And how many correct did we get here? We had 6 correct. So that's 6 points for Erin on our first round for her.
So you are in first place.
And Ryan, let's go to you to
Great start.
Talk about which ones that she had incorrect.
Yes, so strike slip and dip slip in earth science are both kinds of faults.
Oh, okay.
Like earthquake faults. Then you killed it up until number 8. Enrico Fermi's Chicago Pile 1 was the world's first nuclear reactor.
I missed one before that, didn't I? Wasn't the genetic square one before that?
Yeah.
It was right after.
That was the question
the person
6.
who invented the 2x2 diagram to show genetic outcomes in breeding, that's called a Punnett square.
Yep,
Reginald C. Punnett. The Swiss psychoanalyst who founded analytical psychology is Carl Jung.
Jonathan Robb is going to yell at me for not knowing that. Okay.
And also, Ryan, the word that precedes body, apparatus, or complex in the name of a cell organelle.
Oh, I skipped over that. Yeah, that is the Golgi body or Golgi apparatus. Golgi.
Cool. Okay.
All right, so 6 points going into Erin's mid-preference, which was listed as geography. So we're going to go to geography.
Oh, I got to go all in a row. Okay.
So let's make sure everyone else is muted. All right, so Erin, category 2 is geography. The timer will start after I read the first question. And what I'm going to do is if you say I don't know or pass, I'm just going to pass and not say incorrect, correct. It'll be a little bit easier that way.
Cool.
All right. Are you ready, Matt?
Yep.
Here we go. Geography. What is the capital city of Israel?
Jerusalem?
Correct. On which island would you find the city of Honolulu?
Hawaii.
Incorrect. What geographic feature comes from the Spanish for table?
Mesa.
Correct. In what city would you find the Burj Khalifa?
Dubai.
Correct. What is the name of London's rapid transit system?
The Tube.
Correct. What is the capital city of North Dakota?
Bismarck.
Correct. What long river begins in Switzerland and ends in the Netherlands?
Pass.
What is the largest ice shelf in Antarctica?
Pass.
Mount Rainier is the tallest mountain in what range?
Oh, Cascades.
Correct.
Cascades?
By area, what is the smallest Australian state?
Pass.
What country formerly went by the name Siam?
Vietnam.
Time.
Incorrect. Okay, time?
Yep.
So how many did we get correct there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again.
6 again.
6 correct again. All right. Ryan, let's go to you for the questions that were incorrect.
Alrighty, so number 2, on which island would you find the city of Honolulu? That is on Oahu.
Yeah, that was dumb. Oh, Jimmy.
Kitty. Your next one, or we should go on ones she passed also.
Yes.
The long river that begins in Switzerland and ends in the Netherlands is the Rhine. The largest ice shelf in Antarctica is the Ross Ice Shelf. The smallest Australian state by area is Tasmania. The country that formerly went by Siam is Thailand.
Oh, great.
Wonderful. So after 2 rounds of her 3 rounds, Erin's score is at 12. And we're going to move right along to her final category, which is her least comfortable, which she listed as pop and classical music. So, Erin, any reason this is your least preferred? You're just not a big music person?
I mean, stacked against the others, I just don't know it as well. I discovered REM when I was 12 and haven't really listened to anything else since, which is a huge hindrance when it comes to trivia. Ooh,
it makes sense why you're...
Also a hindrance when it comes to trivia, your cat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, as you can
Very
see,
hindrance when it comes to everything.
Erin's cat is all in her face right now as she's in the corner ready to do this round. All right. So, Matt, is your timer ready?
My timer's ready.
All right, let's see if we can have Erin rack up a ton of points here. All right. Category 3, pop and classical music. And timer starts after the first question. Who is the lead singer of the Foo Fighters?
Dave Grohl.
Correct. What instrument did Miles Davis most frequently play?
Trumpet.
Correct. Who composed the ballet Swan Lake?
Tchaikovsky.
Correct. What girl group had a hit with Walk Like an Egyptian?
The Bangles.
Correct. And what song did Pink Floyd Need No Education?
Another Brick in the Wall Part 2.
Incorrect. And what German city was Beethoven born?
Pass.
What single-named R&B singer's last name is Raymond?
Pass.
Before going solo, Camila Cabello was a member of what group?
TLC.
Incorrect. Who composed the Stars and Stripes Forever?
Sousa.
Correct. Who is married to country music singer Faith Hill?
Tim McGraw.
Correct. What was ABBA's only top 100 hit?
Dancing Queen.
Correct. Though he was born in Germany, Handel died a naturalized citizen of what country?
Pass.
In 1960, Chubby Checker released what hit single in popular dance?
The Twist.
Correct. What band originally...
Time.
Okay. I just wanted to do a double check. So
yeah, can I get 5 again?
Well, it was in what song?
Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 is correct.
It is.
I just didn't put it because I didn't expect somebody to be that specific.
Oh, great. Okay, good. I'm just reading what is in front of me as the host here. So that's why we have the tabulators over here.
Craftsmanship and blame his tools, Neil.
Also, you did best in your worst round, for your worst category.
I have either asked almost all of those questions at one of my games, or they all show up in my trivia playlist, so I'm staring at them.
There you go. Going through the ones we missed or passed, you started off on a 5-question streak. What German city was Ludwig von Beethoven born? That was in the city of Bonn, B-O-N-N. What single-named R&B singer's last name is Raymond? His first name is Usher. Usher. Camila Cabello, before going solo, was a member of the girl group Fifth Harmony. ABBA's only Hot 100. It was the ABBA question was the only Hot 100 number 1 hit because they had several hits, but she still got it. Though he was born in Germany, Georg Handel died a naturalized citizen of the UK, of England. And then those are the only 4.
Yep.
Great. Well,
so how many points did she get?
So total points in her best category, mid category, and least preferred category is going to be 21. So Erin is on the board with 21 points.
Nice.
So she got 9 in that last one?
She got 9 in the last round.
Wow. Nice work.
Yeah, so great job, Erin. So that's a great score to start us off here.
Setting the bar high.
I don't normally do speed trivia. That was very stressful. I did not like going first. I did not like anything about it except Ryan and you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, cool idea, but yeah, that was fun.
But scary, you would say?
I wish I hadn't consumed an entire pot of coffee before we got started.
Fair. Me too.
You did a great job, and as Ryan said, very impressive that your least preferred category you did the best in.
That was all coincidence. I swear I didn't know that was. I texted Ryan when I heard the rules. I'm like, oh, if I'd known this, I would have gamed the system. I didn't. I didn't know.
Sounds good.
All right. So moving on to our next competitor, it's going to be Rich Flegal. Are you ready to go, Rich?
As ready as I'm going to be.
All right. So Rich has his most preferred category listed as history. So we're going to start with history. As it was with Erin, the timer will start after the first question is read. Rich, you can pass on a question. I'll move to the next one. And if it's incorrect, I will say so. And correct, I will say so as well. So are you ready to go?
Yes.
All right. Here we go. Matt, you good?
Yep.
All right. And we are starting with history. And here we go. Who is the third president of the United States?
Jefferson.
Correct. What nickname was given to the Strategic Defense Initiative?
Star Wars.
Correct. From February 13th through the 15th, 1945, Allied forces firebombed what German city?
Berlin.
Incorrect. In what century did the Black Death occur?
The 15th century.
Incorrect. What is the better-known name of the Eastern Roman Empire?
The Byzantines.
Correct. What Egyptian president was assassinated in October 1981?
Anwar Sadat.
Correct. What religious figure won the 1989 Nobel Peace Prize?
The Dalai Lama.
Correct. What era of American history lasted from 1863 to 77?
Reconstruction.
Correct. Corazon Aquino was the first female president of what country?
Pass.
Franklin D. Roosevelt was the governor of what state before his presidency?
New York.
Correct. In what state did the Battle of Gettysburg take place? Okay.
Pennsylvania.
So that's just a judgment. The question was read by time.
If they'll end on the last question they get. So if you're still reading it and it's in full, then they can take it. So he said Pennsylvania, so he gets points.
So we'll accept that. Ryan, to go to the questions that weren't answered.
Yes, sir. From February 13th through 15th, 1945, Allied forces firebombed the German city of Dresden. The Black Death occurred in the 14th century, or 1300s. And then we passed on Corazon Aquino was the first female president of the Philippines.
Oh, yeah, I was never going to get that.
You did very well, though, Rich. You got 8 correct in your most preferred category.
Strong start.
Mm-hmm.
Very strong. And
it's all downhill from here.
Well, we'll see. So your mid-preferred category is games and sports. So if Matt is ready, we'll just get right into it.
Ready.
All right. Are you good, Rich?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Games and sports. Here we go. In chess, which piece can only move diagonally?
Bishop.
Correct. With what team did Troy Aikman play his whole NFL career?
Dallas Cowboys.
Correct. In what sport did Nastya Lukin win an Olympic gold medal?
Judo.
Incorrect. What character always begins play in the board game Clue?
Miss Scarlet.
Correct. Running back Marcus Allen spent his whole career playing in which NFL division?
The NFC East.
Incorrect. Where did Kevin Durant go to college?
Ohio State.
Incorrect. How many individual dice are used to play Yahtzee?
5.
Correct. Who has the most career home runs in the MLB?
Barry Bonds.
Correct. What is the only major golf tournament always held at the same course?
The Augusta National. I don't...
Incorrect.
That's acceptable.
What game is called Noughts and Crosses in the UK?
Axis and Allies.
Incorrect. What country has won 53 out of 100 total medals in the Olympic table tennis?
China.
Correct.
That's time.
And that's time. So, Ryan, let's go to you for answers there.
Yes, sir. Okay, so the first one we missed was number 3. In what sport did Nastya Lukin win an Olympic gold medal? She won in 2008 for the U.S. In gymnastics, the all-around specifically. Running back Marcus Allen played his whole career in which NFL division? That's the AFC West. He played for the Chiefs and the Raiders. Where did Kevin Durant go to college? He played for the University of Texas. And then we go all the way down to number 10. What game is called Noughts and Crosses in the UK? That is tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
And that was it.
There was a question on that golf one, I believe.
Yeah, which is the Masters, right?
So we marked
the
him
Augusta
correct.
National, that's got to count, right?
Well, you asked
That's
for
the course.
Yeah, you
but
did
it's
ask
not
for
the
the
tournament.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
So we did not get
I'll let you
credit
guys
for
make a
that.
judgment call.
Yeah, I would say if it was asking for the name of the tournament, Augusta National would be the course, not the tournament.
Correct. So we marked incorrect. Yep.
So yeah, we'll mark
That's
incorrect on
fair.
that.
Tough but fair.
Tough but fair, right. So Rich got 6 points on that. Very respectable round. And we're going to go to his final round, his least preferred. Also, the least preferred as Erin, which is pop and classical music. So we're going to get right into this if you're ready, Rich.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the spirit.
No trepidation at all.
60 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, not too confident, but we'll see how he does here. All right. Pop and classical music. Who is the lead singer of the Rolling Stones?
Keith Richards.
Incorrect. What instrument did Charlie Parker most frequently play?
The trombone.
Incorrect. Who composed the opera The Magic Flute?
Pass.
What girl group had a hit with Wannabe?
Spice Girls.
Correct. In what song did Peter Gabriel see the light, the heat?
Pass.
In what city was George Gershwin born?
New York.
Correct. What single-named pop singer's last name is Ciccone?
Cher.
Incorrect. Before going solo, Zayn Malik was a member of what group?
One Direction.
Correct. Who wrote the lyrics to the Star-Spangled Banner?
Keys.
Incorrect. Who is married to country singer Trisha Yearwood?
Garth Brooks.
Correct. What was Guns N' Roses' only Hot 100 #1 hit?
Pass.
And that's time.
So bad.
You waltzed into a few of those answers there. That was nice.
Yeah.
You should be proud that one of the ones you got immediately was a One Direction question.
And the Spice Girls question.
So we know where your head's at.
It's in a good place.
So
that's a bad representation.
I do want to say to Ryan, for the question, who wrote the lyrics to the Star Spangled Banner, you did say keys when it is key, not plural. So that's why I did not accept that, just for the record. But I'll let Ryan talk about the other ones.
Yes. So the ones we missed or passed. Who is the lead singer of the Rolling Stones? That's Mick Jagger. Keith Richards is the lead guitarist. What instrument did Charlie... It's true. What instrument did Charlie Parker most frequently play? He's from Kansas City. He's very famous on the saxophone. Who composed the opera The Magic Flute, or Die Zauberflöte? That is Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. In what song did Peter Gabriel see the light, the heat, that is In Your Eyes? Moving on to number 7. What single-name pop singer's last name is Ciccone? That is Madonna. Who wrote the lyrics to the Star-Spangled Banner? That was Francis Scott Key, just a singular key. And then 11. Guns N' Roses only had one Hot 100 #1 hit, and that was with Sweet Child O' Mine.
Well, Jeff, what was Rich's final score for his 3 rounds?
So after adding 4 more in that final round, that brings him up to 18 total.
18. All right. Well, great job, Rich, on that one. Still alive. We're going to move right along to Jason Heaton in Baltimore, if you're ready, Jason.
I am, yes. Am I unmuted now?
You're right.
I can hear you.
All right.
All right, so Jason Heaton is in the hot seat, and in the hot seat is actually that really nice recliner that he's at his in-laws here, and he's sweating a little bit, but that's okay. All right, so Jason, looks like your most preferred category, as we know you're a music teacher and a musician, is pop and classical music.
Oh God.
You chose it, man.
No. I know. I'm kidding. Here we go.
All right. So, Matt, if you're ready with the timer.
Always ready.
And Jason, are you ready to go?
I am ready.
All right. So let's get to Kumatang here. Timer starts after I finish the first question. Who is the lead singer of Nirvana?
Kurt Cobain.
Correct. What instrument did Duke Ellington most frequently play?
The piano.
Correct. Who composed the opera Madama Butterfly?
Rossini.
Incorrect. What girl group had a hit with Don't Ya?
Don't Ya. Spice Girls.
Incorrect. In what song did Whitney Houston hope life treats you kind?
I Will Always Love You.
Correct. In what city was Claude Debussy born?
Paris.
Correct. What single-named pop singer's last name is Fenty?
Fenty. Pass.
Before going solo, Sting was a member of what group?
The Police.
Correct. Who are the title duo in a 1935 George Gershwin opera?
Porgy and Bess.
Correct. Who is married to country music singer Blake Shelton?
What was her name? Pass.
And that's time.
That's time.
Shoot.
So
pretty well.
Is it Gwen Stefani?
It is Gwen Stefani, even though time
Yes, it is.
I was trying to think of his ex's name. Damn it.
That's Miranda Lambert.
That's right.
You only missed or passed on not too many of them. Who composed the opera Madama Butterfly that was Giacomo Puccini, which you started to say?
Rossini, Linguini.
What girl group had a hit with Don't Cha around 2006 or 7? That was the Pussycat Dolls.
Mm-hmm.
The single-name pop singer with the last name Fenty is Rihanna.
Hmm.
And then who's married to country music singer Blake Shelton? That is Gwen Stefani.
Yeah, you did pretty well there, Jeff. What was his score?
Jason had 6 in that round.
All right, 6. So everyone's kind of around the same area so far. Jason, you provided us with your mid-preference round, which is history. So are you prepared to go back in time, as Huey Lewis told us?
Let me study for a little bit first. Okay, I'm ready.
Very, very quick study session there. All right, Matt, are you ready with the timer?
Yep.
And Matt is using a pocket watch that Abraham Lincoln once wore that he stole from the Smithsonian, so hopefully it'll work. All right. Timer starts after I read the first question. Who was the 16th president of the United States?
Johnson.
Incorrect. What nickname was given to World War II's Operation Overlord?
Normandy?
Correct. In what year did the Japanese bomb Pearl Harbor on December 7th?
1941.
Correct. In what century did the Spanish flu occur?
The 17th century.
Incorrect. What ancient civilization is best known for having the first fully phonemic alphabet?
Mesopotamia.
Incorrect. What Israeli prime minister was assassinated in November 1995?
I don't pass.
What communist figure controversially won the 1990 Nobel Peace Prize?
Gorbachev?
Correct. What era of American history lasted from 1920 to 29?
The boom and roaring 20s?
Correct. Benazir Bhutto was the first female president of what country?
Pass.
And that's time.
And that's time. And correction there for me, Benazir Bhutto, not Benazir. Probably
that changes everything.
Okay, so we only missed or passed on 5 of them. The 16th president of the United States was Abraham Lincoln.
I thought we said
the century in which the Spanish flu occurred was the 1900s or 20th century, out of Fort Riley, Kansas. In what ancient civilization is best known for having the first fully phonemic alphabet? That is Phoenicia. The Israeli prime minister who was assassinated in November of 95 was Yitzhak Rabin.
That's it.
And Benazir Bhutto was the first female president of Pakistan.
Score update, Jeff?
So Jason had 4 more points in that second round.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go to category 3, which is Jason's least preferred category, which is literature and theater.
I'm about to pull an Erin here.
I hope so. Everyone's
get
been
tons of points on my worst one.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. So literature and theater. It's time to open up the curtain, and we're going to get started here with timer starting after the question is read. Who wrote the musical Hamilton?
What's his name?
Who wrote the 1807 poem I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud?
Frost?
Incorrect. What 2 colors are the Cat in the Hat's hat?
Orange and white.
Incorrect. Who is the title character's wife in Shakespeare's Othello?
Desdemona?
Correct. Who wrote The Hunger Games?
Suzanne Collins?
Correct. In the Harry Potter series, what is Ron's sister's name?
Pass.
In which musical would you find the song Climb Every Mountain?
The Sound of Music.
Correct. What was the only novel Oscar Wilde ever wrote?
I don't know. Pass.
Louis L'Amour and Zane Grenier are best known for writing what genre?
Suspense?
Incorrect.
Time.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Tough round there. That's okay. You took a little extra time on one of the questions there, but Ryan.
Oh, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Lin-Manuel Miranda is indeed the person who wrote the musical Hamilton. The person who wrote the 1807 poem "I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud" was William Wordsworth. The Cat in the Hat has a red and white hat. No, you got those right. In the Harry Potter series, Ron's sister's name is Ginny, or Ginevra, if you know her personally.
No.
Miss Weasley, if you're nasty. What was the only novel Oscar Wilde ever wrote? That is The Picture of Dorian Gray. And Louis L'Amour and Zane Grey are well known for writing westerns.
So didn't do as well as you wanted there, Jason. But Jeff, what was his score in that round and final round?
So he adds 3 more following the third round for a cumulative score of 13.
All right. Well, lucky number 13.
So going forward, 13 will be the score to beat.
All right. So great job, Jason. All right. We're going to be moving on to Greg Johnson in South Carolina. So we're going to pull up Greg here. He's coming out to his theme song with Bobby the Brain. So it looks like, Greg, you share a similar preferred category as I do. So you have movies and TV as your most preferred.
I mean, by default, you didn't put wrestling on there, so I had to choose something else.
All right. Well, let's see how you do here. So Matt's got the timer ready. If you're ready, Greg, we'll get started.
I'm ready.
All right. Here we go. What comedian wrote and directed Get Out?
Jordan Peele.
Correct. Who has been the longtime host of Survivor?
Jeff Probst.
Correct. For what film did Leonardo DiCaprio win his Best Actor Oscar?
The Revenant.
Correct. What was the name of Aaron Paul's character on Breaking Bad?
Pass.
Name a member of the Rat Pack film troupe.
Sammy Davis Jr.
Correct. What David created The Wire?
David Simon.
Correct. Who famously played Robin Hood in 1938?
Pass.
What is the name of Dora the Explorer's monkey friend?
Pass.
What Steve Martin film is based on Cyrano de Bergerac?
Pass.
Name either actor that played Kunta Kinte in Roots.
John Amos.
Correct. What crazy cousin does Randy Quaid play in Christmas Vacation?
Pass.
Who was a regular star on The West Wing and Mom?
Allison Janney.
Correct.
Time.
All right. Very fast round
Dustin with a sigh of love for Allison Janney in The West Wing.
That was a strong performance.
Very strong.
Gotta say.
That was very well done, Greg.
Nice start.
The first one that we came to that you did not know was the name of Aaron Paul's character on Breaking Bad. That is Jesse Pinkman. Who played Robin Hood famously in 1938. That is Errol Flynn. The name of Dora the Explorer's monkey companion is Boots. The name of the Steve Martin film based on the play Cyrano de Bergerac is Roxanne. Good pull on John Amos, by the way. I expected someone to go LeVar Burton, but you proved me wrong.
I couldn't remember his name. I was thinking, the guy from Star Trek.
Geordie LaForge.
I was definitely going LeVar Burton, but...
And then the crazy cousin played by Randy Quaid in Christmas Vacation is Cousin Eddie.
Yeah, very strong round, Jeff. What's our score there?
So Greg got 7 in the first round.
Ooh, wonderful. All right, very strong start. So Greg's mid-preferred category is going to be geography. So let's see how far across the world Greg can go. Matt, is your timer ready?
Still ready.
All right. You set, Greg?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right, here we go. Timer starts at the end of the question. What is the capital city of Austria?
Pass.
On which island would you find the city of Belfast?
Ireland.
Correct. What steep, raised geographic feature comes from the French for small hill?
Pass.
In what city would you find the CN Tower?
Toronto.
Correct. What is the name of Paris's rapid transit system?
The Paris train.
Incorrect. What is the capital city of Delaware?
Dover.
Correct. What long river begins in Peru and ends in Brazil?
Amazon.
Correct. What is the tallest building in New York?
Empire State Building.
Incorrect. Mont Blanc is the tallest mountain in what range?
Pass.
By area, what is the smallest Canadian province?
Prince Edward Island.
Correct. Lagos is the populous city in what African nation?
Nigeria.
Correct.
So the first one we missed was number 1. The capital of Austria is Vienna. A steep raised geographic feature coming from the French for small hill is a butte. So I lied. There is one but question we've had. The name of Paris's rapid transit system is the Metro. The tallest building in New York is One World Trade Center, 1,776 feet tall. And Mont Blanc is the tallest mountain in the Alps.
All right, Jeff, what about a score?
So you add 6 more in round 2.
All right, 6 more in round 2. All right, let's go to the final round for Greg, and it's his least preferred category of history. Or as Madeline Kahn would say, hitui. All right.
Love her.
Really deep reference there for people, but that's okay. All right, Matt is there. He's ready to go. He's giving me the mechanical thumbs up. Are you ready, Greg?
Yes.
All right. Timer starts at the end of the question. Who was the second president of the United States?
John Adams.
Correct. What nickname was given to General Thomas J. Jackson?
Stonewall.
Correct. In what year were Hiroshima and Nagasaki atomic bombed?
1945.
Correct. In what decade was Ryan White diagnosed with HIV/AIDS?
1980s.
Correct. The ancient region of Gaul was primarily found in what modern-day nation?
Pass.
And what Russian revolutionary was assassinated in Mexico in 1940?
Pass.
What young Pakistani won the 2014 Nobel Peace Prize?
Pass.
What era of American history lasted from 1929 to 1941?
Industrial Revolution.
Incorrect. Golda Meir was the first female prime minister of what country?
India.
Incorrect. Bill Clinton was the governor of what state before his presidency?
Arkansas.
Correct. In what state did the Battle of Antietam-Sharpsburg take place?
South Carolina.
Incorrect.
That is time. Good showing, though.
Very good showing. Ryan?
Especially for your worst round.
Yeah, for your worst round.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, you had the first 4 correct. The ancient region of Gaul is primarily found in modern-day France. The Russian revolutionary assassinated in Mexico in 1940 was Leon Trotsky, or Snowball to my Animal Farm fans. The young Pakistani who won the 2014 Nobel Peace Prize was Malala Yousafzai. The era of American history that lasted from 29 to 41 was the Great Depression. Golda Meir was the first female prime minister of Israel. And the Battle of Antietam, or Sharpsburg, if you're still for the Confederacy, is Maryland. So how many points did Greg get on that last round?
He added an additional 5 points, bringing his total for the 3 rounds to 18.
All right.
18. So
All right.
tied with Rich Flegal. Very great showing. Very good showing.
I really should have known that last question because I used to live in Maryland. That's okay.
Oh.
That's all right. We're not going to take your Maryland card or anything. So you can keep
And
it
it
in your
looks
wallet.
like the score to beat is still 13.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah.
13. All right. So it looks like coming up next, spreading the news from New York, is going to be Joe Nguyen.
All right. Sounds good.
Coming in from the big city.
The Big Apple.
Skyscrapers, gosh.
All right, Joe. So
He knew One World Trade Center.
Yeah, I did.
he's actually beaming live from One World Trade Center right now.
On the roof.
Nosebleeds.
It's amazingly quiet for being in such a large building.
It is. There's like no wind today. All right, so Joe listed games and sports as his most preferred category. So, Joe, if you're ready, we'll just get right into it.
Let's do it.
All right. Timer starts after the first question. In chess, which piece can only move in an L shape?
The knight.
Correct. With what team did Dan Fouts play his whole NFL career?
The Chargers.
Correct. In what sport did Peekaboo Street win an Olympic gold medal?
Downhill skiing.
Correct. What party game was successfully kickstarted by the Oatmeal in 2015?
Cards Against Humanity.
Incorrect. What is divided into the Atlantic and Metropolitan divisions?
The Eastern Conference of NHL.
Correct. Where did Russell Westbrook go to college?
UCLA.
Correct. How many pawns are used by one player in Sorry?
4.
Correct. Who has hit the most career hits in the MLB?
Pete Rose.
Correct. What is the only major golf tournament never held in the U.S.?
The British Open.
Correct. What game is called droughts in the U.K.? Drafts.
Check.
Correct. What country has won 39 out of 185 total medals in Olympic archery?
The United States.
Incorrect. What pro wrestler famously went by the nickname The Body?
Jesse the Body Ventura.
Correct. How many points is the letter K worth in Scrabble?
5.
Correct. All right.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Do you write trivia or something?
Kind of. I'm on a side job, whatever.
So while Jeff is tabulating, Ryan, what do we got over there?
I'm just professing a full-blown crush on Joe now. That was incredible. What party game was successfully kickstarted by the Oatmeal in 2015? That is Exploding Kittens.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I played that one. Darn.
And the country that has won, far and away at least mathematically, the most Olympic medals in archery is South Korea.
Oh, how about that?
They're real big into it there. Other than that, you smoked that. How many points did he end up getting?
He got 11 right out of a possible
That
13.
is the highest in a round so far.
All right, so that is the benchmark there going forward. Let's see if we can repeat it in his mid-round, which is going to be pop and classical music.
Okay.
All right. So are you ready, Joe?
Ready.
All right. Here we go. Name either of the lead singers of Genesis.
Phil Collins?
Correct. What instrument did Louis Armstrong most frequently play?
Trumpet.
Correct. Who composed the opera Don Giovanni?
Beethoven?
Incorrect. What girl group had a hit with Stop in the Name of Love?
The Go-Go's.
Incorrect. And what song did AC/DC hit the sack?
Back in Black?
Correct. In what city was Antonio Vivaldi born?
Rome?
Incorrect. What single-named pop singer's last name is Sarkeesian?
Cher.
Correct. Before going solo, David Cassidy was a member of what group?
The Partridge Family?
Correct. What 20th century composer made Fanfare for the Common Man?
John Williams?
Incorrect. What non-singer is married to country music singer Keith Urban?
Nicole Kidman.
Correct. What was the Police's only Hot 100 #1 hit?
I'll Be Missing You? Or I'll Be Watching You?
Incorrect. In what country was Benjamin Britten born?
The UK?
Correct.
Time.
Still
did
powerful.
rather well there as well. Who composed the opera Don Giovanni? That was Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. The girl group with the hit Stop in the Name of Love are the Supremes.
Yeah. Sorry.
Antonio Vivaldi was born in Venice.
Okay.
The 20th century composer that made Fanfare for the Common Man was Aaron Copland.
Okay.
And the Police's only Hot 100 #1 hit, that was Cruel, because Puff Daddy sampled it to go number one with I'll Be Missing You. It's Every Breath You Take.
Every Breath You Take. Yeah, that's what it is. Darn it.
No, that was tough because when you said it, I was like, oh, it's Puff Daddy, not technically Sting. So, or the Police.
So how many points did Joe accrue?
Added an additional 7 in that round.
All right. All right. So Joe's least preferred category is science and nature.
Yep. Ready to go, guys.
All right. Timer will start after the end of the first question. Lemon, bull, and nurse are all kinds of what animal?
Shark?
Correct. In cells, smooth and rough are types of endoplasmic what?
Reticulum.
Correct. To what country are wombats native?
Australia?
Correct. Under the French-Swiss border is the powerful LHC, which stands for what?
Large Hadron Collider.
Correct. Who invented the first recognizable periodic table in 1869?
Mendeleev.
Correct. What American psychologist created the pyramidal hierarchy of needs?
Maslow.
Correct. What species is the largest known animal to have ever existed?
Whale.
More specific.
Blue whale.
Correct. Containing butterflies, what order of animals comes from the Greek for scale wing?
Lepidoptera.
Correct. Which of the three main rock types includes slate and marble?
It's sedimentary.
Incorrect. Who created a device in 1928 to measure ionizing radiation?
Röntgen.
Time.
Incorrect.
Lemon, bull, and nurse are all kinds of shark. And then you went on a very long run until which of the three main types of rock comes from the Greek for... I'm sorry, I just conflated those two. Which of the three main rock types includes slate and marble? Those are metamorphic.
Yeah.
And who created a device in 1928 to measure ionizing radiation? His name is Hans Geiger.
Geiger, yeah, Geiger. I see now.
So how many points did Joe get this round?
Joe had 8 in a row there out of 10, so actually his worst category wasn't his worst category.
Seems to be happening a lot today.
26.
Joe's a really smart guy, though. So
It's all right.
Yeah, so his 3-round total is 26, putting him in the driver's seat.
All right. So Ticket to Ride. So Joe, great performance there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. We're going to move on to the artist currently known as Dustin Resch.
I don't want to follow that.
You were randomly selected. We apologize that you had to follow that, but it should be okay because your most preferred category is movies and TV, which I'm excited to read now. Matt, you're good over there?
Yep.
All right,
good.
here we go, guys. Timer starts after the first question. What comedian wrote and directed Manhattan?
Woody Allen?
Correct. Who has been the longtime host of The Amazing Race?
Pass.
For what film did Ben Kingsley win his Best Actor Oscar?
Gandhi.
Correct. What was the name of Kevin Spacey's character on House of Cards?
Frank Underwood.
Correct. Name a member of the Brat Pack film troupe.
Rob Lowe.
Correct. What David created Deadwood?
David Chase.
Incorrect. Who famously played Phantom of the Opera in 1925?
Lon Chaney.
Correct. What is the name of Speed Racer's chimpanzee friend?
No clue.
What Steve Martin film is based on the Phil Silvers Show?
Sergeant Bilko.
Correct. Name either actor that played a detective duo in season 1 of True Detective.
Woody Harrelson.
Correct. Who played Girl in Red Ferrari in National Lampoon's Vacation?
Christy Brinkley.
Correct. Who is a regular star in The West Wing and Parks and Recreation?
Rob Lowe.
Correct. Who composed the music for Chariots of Fire?
Vince.
Time.
Correct. With a laugh. Very strong round, though. Wow, I can't believe 2 Rob Lowe answers in one round. You must really like Rob Lowe, which we all do.
He stacked the odds that way. I didn't plan for that.
That was literally very surprising.
So what do we have there, Ryan? What was...
So the longtime host of The Amazing Race is Phil Kogan.
Wow, never even heard the name.
The David that created Deadwood is David Milch. And Speed Racer's chimpanzee friend is Chim Chim. Other than that, you got everything right. So what does that bring us to score-wise?
So Dustin with a strong first round, 10 points.
All right.
10 point. Very good first round. So it looks like your mid-preference category is geography. So we're going to be going back over the map. All right.
Can I study Erin's website for a while first?
It looks like Erin is waving Orange Cat's paw to maybe bring it down a notch. We'll see. All right. Are you ready, Dustin?
Yes.
All right. What is the capital city of Belgium?
Pass. God.
On which island would you find the city of Port-au-Prince?
Haiti.
Incorrect. What coastal landform gets its name from the Latin for almost island?
Isthmus.
Incorrect. In what city would you find the Petronas Towers?
Kuala Lumpur.
Correct. What is the name of San Francisco's rapid transit system?
BART.
Correct. What is the capital city of Nebraska?
Lincoln.
Correct. What long river begins in China and ends in Vietnam?
Mekong.
Correct. What is the tallest building in Chicago?
Willis Tower, Sears Tower.
Correct. Aconcagua is the tallest mountain in what range?
The Andes.
Correct. Tripoli is a populous city in what African nation?
Libya.
Correct. What name is typically given to a ring-shaped coral reef?
Barrier Reef.
Incorrect. In which U.S. state would you find Lake Pontchartrain?
Louisiana.
Correct. Correct. All right, Ryan?
Brussels is indeed the capital of Belgium. Port-au-Prince is found in Haiti, but it's on the island of Hispaniola.
Yep.
The coastal landform that gets its name from the Latin for almost island is a peninsula. And then you went on a run all the way until the name typically given to a ring-shaped coral reef. That is an atoll. Popular crossword word.
Yeah.
Atoll, yes. And we would have preferred Sears Tower, but Willis Tower is acceptable.
Well, actually, the answer I wrote down was Willis Tower, parentheses, maybe except Sears Tower with a groan.
Yeah, and I think I groaned just because it said groan, and I didn't even realize what I was groaning for. So
I didn't know you did things on command like that, Neil.
I'm trying. I'm not a speed host, but I'm doing my best
Maybe
here.
use that for later.
Yeah.
Every time someone gets something wrong, we'll edit your groan in afterwards.
So it looks like Dustin's least preferred category after a strong start is games and sports. So what is he? What's his score going into games and sports, Jeff? What did
So he added another 8 for 18 total.
Wow. Okay. So let's see how far we can move Dustin up on the board here. All right. Games and sports. Are you ready, Dustin?
I'm ready for my 0.
All right. All right, Matt. Here we go. In chess, which piece can only move forward?
Pawn.
Correct. With what team did Dan Marino play his whole NFL career?
Dolphins.
Correct. In what sport did Bonnie Blair win an Olympic gold medal?
Speed skating.
Correct. What game is advertised as a party game for horrible people?
Cards Against Humanity.
Correct. What division contains the Pirates, Brewers, and Reds?
I don't know any of the divisions in basketball.
Where did Steph Curry go to college?
UC.
Incorrect. Incorrect. What game contains a Pop-O-Matic die container?
Boggle.
Incorrect. Who has hit the most career stolen bases in the MLB? Who has the most stolen bases in the MLB?
Ricky Henderson.
Correct. What major golf tournament will be held in Town and Country, Missouri this year?
No idea.
In Clue, what weapon is called the spanner in the UK?
Wrench.
Correct. What country has won 121 out of 508 total medals in Olympic cross-country skiing?
Norway.
Correct. What pro wrestler famously went by the nickname The Snake?
Jake Roberts.
Correct.
Time.
Correct. Okay.
All right.
I love hitting stolen bases.
Sorry.
No, I'm garbage. This is me. So you did fairly well that round. The first one, you went 4 for 4 starting off. What division contains the Pirates, Brewers, and Reds, who are all baseball teams, for the record, my darling? That is the National League Central, the NL Central. Where did Steph Curry go to college? He went to Davidson.
That's a college.
Of course.
It's a liberal arts school in North Carolina.
Told you I didn't know baseball.
What game contains a Pop-O-Matic die container? That is Trouble. The golf tournament taking place this year in Town and Country, Missouri is the PGA Championship. And then you got everything else. What does that bring his round and total to?
Well, Dustin adds another 8 there. So that would be a total of 26.
Wow.
Alrighty, so this was not planned, but we are about to go to the showdown. Normally, we would have the 2 players who performed the least well square off against one another, but we have a tie for second to last between Rich and Greg, who both scored 18 points this round. The final scores, as we can edit this in later, the final scores, Dustin and Joe both got 26 that round, Erin got 21, Rich and Greg tied at 18 apiece, and Jason with 13. So Jason will be going to the showdown, but we need to take some quick tiebreaker questions to decide between Rich and Greg who is going to go to the showdown. I'm going to give you some tiebreaker questions. You guys have about 5-10 seconds to get your answers. The first person to miss with the other person getting right will go to the showdown. Your first tiebreaker question between Greg and Rich. What NFL team has retired the numbers 10, 80, and 88 in honor of Fran Tarkenton, Chris Carter, and Alan Page? You guys have like 10 seconds.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
Alrighty, what are your answers?
The
minute.
Minnesota. Oh,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Greg, what was your answer?
the Minnesota Vikings.
And Rich, your answer.
That's what I put.
Minnesota Vikings is correct. Your second tiebreak question. Fans of Emily Blunt, Josh Brolin, and Benicio del Toro should easily be able to tell you that what is a Spanish word for hitman?
Locked in.
All right.
I got
and
nothing.
that's time. Rich has nothing. Greg, what is your guess?
My guess was Mal Hombre.
The correct answer is the name of 2 movies. It is Sicario.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Next, number 3. Written about Jake Gyllenhaal, what 2012 smash hit was Taylor Swift's first #1 single on the Billboard Hot 100 chart?
I'm locked in.
All right.
I'm locked in.
Greg, what did you guess?
I said Never Ever Getting Back Together.
And Rich?
I don't know Taylor Swift. I know she had an album called Red.
The correct answer is We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. So I'll let Triviality make a judgment call on that if they want.
That's the song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you miss an ever? I think you're all right.
I think you just missed we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means that Greg has remained safe through this round, and Rich will be facing Jason in the showdown. Showdown music.
Diddle-diddle-diddle-ding.
The way the showdown works will be this. The showdown will consist of 10 questions. Both contestants will answer the same questions, just like we did with the tiebreaker. Players will be allowed one challenge per showdown to make things interesting. A challenge is to be used on one's opponent. If, for example, Rich has a correct answer and uses his challenge, and Jason gets it wrong, Rich is going to get 2 points. If Rich uses it, gets it correct, but Jason gets it correct, Jason will receive that extra point. And if you use your challenge and you are wrong, you will lose a point. So use it wisely. You only get one per showdown.
Is this complete the list thing where you have to use it once and you kind of...
No, if you
Get shoved
forget
into
to
it?
use it on all 10 questions, you forgot to use it. And that's a
Okay.
strategic failure on your part, I guess.
Yeah.
So, 10 seconds per guess, like we did. And let's start the showdown. Your showdown question number 1. What is the more common name for the Siamese fighting fish?
Locked in.
I'm locked in.
Jason, what did you say?
I said the two-headed monster.
The two-headed monster. And over to Rich?
Beta.
Beta fish is correct. That is a point for Rich. Question 2. In addition to scoring the second most successful track of 2012 on the Billboard charts with what Gawker called the, quote, new perfect pop song, what triply named singer came in 3rd place on the 5th season of Canadian Idol in 2007?
I'm locked in.
And that's time. Jason, do you have a guess?
I don't.
Over to Rich.
This is just a guess, but I said Carly Rae Jepsen.
That song was Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Nice job,
Hey.
Rich.
In addition to getting One Direction and Spice Girls, you now have Carly Rae Jepsen.
You know,
You might have found your new niche.
Question number 3. What namesake of the Mexico City International Airport was the 26th president of Mexico, holding office from 1858 to 72 and successfully fending off French invasion? And that is time. Do you gentlemen have guesses?
I just said Che Guevara.
Che Guevara, and over to Rich.
I said Sanchez.
Oh, you can get lucky like that sometimes, but then not today. The correct answer is Benito Juarez.
Oh.
Question number 4. Pearl is her daughter. Dinsdale is in love with her, and Chillingworth is bent on revenge against her. Who is this famous literary heroine from 1850? That is time. Do you gentlemen have guesses?
No.
Neither do I.
From the Scarlet Letter, that is Hester Prynne.
I couldn't think of her name. I knew that's the book. I just couldn't think of it.
Question number 5. Currently on display at the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam, who painted the 1642 oil on canvas titled The Night Watch? That is time. Do you gentlemen have guesses? Rich?
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh and Jason?
I also said Van Gogh.
Correct answer is Rembrandt.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Question number 6. The woman who starred in The Natural, 9.5 Weeks, 8 Mile, and 50 Shades Darker won a Best Supporting Actress Academy Award for what film? And that is time. Jason, do you have a guess?
Brittany Murphy.
And
That's not a film.
Hig.
That's not a
Rich?
film.
I just guessed and said Get Out.
The woman was Kim Basinger. She won for L.A. Confidential. Question 7. The planet Jupiter is known for its great red spot. But what other planet in our solar system is known for its great dark spot? And that is time. Rich, do you have a guess?
I said Venus.
Said Venus. And Jason, what did you guess?
I guessed Uranus.
Well, my anus does have a great dark spot. The correct answer is Neptune.
Oh.
Question 8.
Brutal.
Exhibited by creatures such as fireflies and anglerfish, what is the term for the production and emission of light by a living creature? See Jeff nod. That's a Jeff question.
All right.
I'm locked in.
Me
All right.
too.
Rich, do you have a guess?
Bioluminescence.
And Jason?
Bioluminescence.
Correct answer is bioluminescence. We're going to question 9. In 2017, the game show The Joker's Wild returned on TV to TBS. Who hosts this version of that show? That is time. Jason, do you have a guess?
I said Wayne Brady.
And over to Rich.
I said Pat Sajak.
The correct answer is Snoop Dogg.
Obviously.
And we're moving on to question 10, last question. On the player select screen on Mario Kart 64, which character is located in the bottom right corner?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That is time. Rich, do you have a guess?
I said Bowser.
The Bowser and Jason.
I'm gonna use the challenge. Do I tell you?
Mm-hmm.
And I said Toad.
The correct answer is Bowser.
Mm.
So Rich will score a point and Jason will have one taken away. Our final score in the showdown is Rich 4, Jason 0.
-1.
Negative?
No, you got one right. You got bioluminescence.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Don't sell yourself short, Jason.
But I got the question wrong, so I thought I lost 2.
You just
you only lose 1 if you use a challenge and get it wrong. Toad's in the top right. So, unfortunately, our darling Jason Heaton has been eliminated. Do you have any final words before you go?
Oh man, that was brutal and fun at the same time.
Brutally fun. That's what we
No, it was
shoot for.
good. Thanks for having me. Thanks
It was
for
nice
letting me
knowing you.
play, And yeah, it's been good.
You are the
See you
weakest link,
around.
etc.
Yeah, so
thank you,
Jason, for being a part of this, for supporting the show. Unfortunately, your back was broken by Chong Li, to the rousing applause of the fans at the Kumite. We wish you a healthy recovery and look to see you again.
Thank you. I hope you put the sound of a gong right here. I need to have a gong.
We will. And you know what? Everyone who's here with us on the show, on the count of 3 in his honor, let's all say Kumite with the gong. 1, 2, 3. Kumite.
There's that lag.
All right. So that was our first episode of our weekly bonus mini-series, Triviality Bloodsport. Thank you very much to Jason Heaton for competing. He was unfortunately eliminated, but he is forever in our hearts. I want to say a thank you to our competitors that have moved on: Greg Johnson, Rich Flegal, Joe Nguyen, Erin Barclay, and Dustin Resch. And a thank you to Jeff, Ken, and Matt for helping me out in the studio, and also to Ryan Kloefkorn Meyers for the questions. We will see you next week. on our next episode of Triviality Bloodsport. My name is Neil, and that was Triviality.
Pop quiz, asshole. You have a hair trigger aimed at your head. What do you do? What do you do?